Hey, welcome back to OK Miniatures. So I've been looking at getting into playing Frostgrave, and Frostgrave, as the name probably makes it sound like, is primarily in a snowy world area. So I've been looking into building some snowy terrain, and first major thing I need to know is how to make snow effects. So let's get into that. Started out with trying some baking soda mixed with water and PVA glue. I think my mixture probably could have been a little bit heavier on the baking soda, but the thinner mixture did give a cool effect. So I just kind of spread that over one tile, and then I messed around with dabbing it on a different tile. On the second tile that I just kind of like plopped some on, it was towards the bottom of the mixture, so it was a little bit heavier on the baking soda. Did notice there were some bubbles, and bubbles are bad. They do leave little spots where you can see down through to the original piece. So in this case, you can see the brown from the cobblestone through the snow, which is not ideal. After those ones dried overnight, I tried some super glue with super glue with baking soda. So to do this, I sprinkled some baking soda on the piece and then dropped some super glue on it. The super glue did want to bead up, which made it a little bit difficult. I ended up using some scrap piece of XPS foam to spread it out. Not a great idea since super glue can melt foam, and I did have a few seconds of horrible burning in my eyes. I don't know if that's because of the foam or baking soda in the air or a reaction of something. Never had that before, but it was not fun, so proceed with caution. So my results were basically pretty successful, I think. The thicker PVA mixture with baking soda gave a nice thin snow look. It covered very well, as you can see. And I'm really happy with how that looks. I wouldn't want to do this on a large area, but it looks pretty good on a small piece, like if I was doing a base or just adding little bits of snow to something. The thinner mixture gave another really cool effect of frost. So, especially like on the corners, you can see how it's just like a little bit of snow frost look on the edges. You can also see the bad effect that bubbles gave. And finally, super glue. Super glue gave a really cool ice look. So it's not quite frost, but it's not snow either. It's very translucent, but with just enough of a baking soda to make it look frosty. And you can actually build this up into chunks. So this is all the translucent stuff between the snow. You can build up chunks. I did not want chunks in this case, but that is a thing to keep in mind if I at some point want to. It was pretty easy to get the super glue to bead up and go higher instead of spreading out immediately. I have heard that baking soda can yellow over time. I'm hoping that since the glues are over top and mixed into the baking soda, that they'll kind of protect the white color so that it won't yellow, but that's something I'm gonna have to keep an eye on and experiment with. Maybe put it under a UV light for a few hours or days or something, just to get a feel for how well the baking soda is protected. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, and if you want to see more terrain content or other similar content like this from me, please consider subscribing. And with that, I'll see you in the future.